Good afternoon, everyone. Good afternoon. I'm actually making this video at 5 a.m. in the morning as I'm getting ready for my workday. Guys, you see the title. Guys, right now I can really see why most, and I mean most individuals, will never ever build any long-term sustainable wealth. Individuals, have asked me questions in the comment about the stock market. You know, individuals think the stock market is crashing. Individuals think there's something wrong with the stock market. Guys, right now, there's nothing wrong with the stock market. The stock market is not crashing. The stock market has not crashed. It's not crashing. Basically, what you're seeing in the stock market right now is a reaction of the stock market thinking that there would be an interest rate hike. They think there would be a Fed interest rate hike. And the reason the market is thinking that is because the last 2 months, inflation has risen. I think in April, inflation rose 3.8%. And right now, yesterday, the May CPI report came out for inflation, and it came in at 4.2%. So right now, the stock market is reacting to that. The stock market thinks there's a chance that the Fed may think to raise interest rates. Me personally, guys, I don't think we will have an interest rate hike. I just don't. Because inflation is only rising because of the Iran war. That's the only reason it's rising. Because gas prices, I should say oil prices, affect everything. We're seeing surcharges at work for every delivery. All of our deliveries now are having surcharges, deliveries for our products. So that affects food prices. That affects everything. So the stock market is reactionary. You get bad news, then the stock market goes down. Then a couple of days later, it continues to march up. Just like now, for instance, I just checked my financial feed, right? And it said stock market is rising on U.S. new strikes on Iran. Guys, it's like, what? Why would the stock market be rising and we're striking Iran? That makes no sense. That's why you just have to stay invested, guys. This is why you have to stay invested, because you cannot predict the stock market. Guys, I'm going to tell you, I told you guys this before. You do not have to ask me, am I rattled when the stock market is dropping? Guys, yesterday the stock market closed at 7,266 points. Right now, the stock market is up over, S&P 500 is up over 7% for the year, guys. There's nothing for me to be rattled about. I stay the course, guys. I do not get rattled. I stay the course. Guys, in my work 401k, I hold the S&P 500, right? That's just in my work 401k. Doesn't include my Roth or my other bank or my other brokerage accounts. But just in my S&P 500 index fund that I hold at work, guys, that I've had for 16 years. Guys, when I bought that account, when I first opened that 401k and bought the S&P 500, guys, it was around 1,300 points. It was the S&P when I first bought it. Listen to me, guys. It was just over 1,300 points. Yesterday, it closed at 7,266 points. I have made a boatload of money in just that one account, guys. In just that one account. Nothing rattles me in the stock market. This is why most individuals will never build wealth, because they get scared easily, they get rattled easily, and they have no patience. Most individuals will never build wealth because they will not stay invested long enough to let their money grow. They just won't. They just won't. Guys, building wealth is about longevity. It's about the endurance in the market. Like one of Morgan Housel's famous quote for the psychology of money is that the price of admission is what you pay for staying invested during turbulent times. Great returns is the price of admission you pay for staying invested in the market for the long term. Because you will be rewarded for staying invested, guys. No matter what happens in the stock market, it has a reaction for a few days, maybe a couple of weeks, and then guess what? It continues to march forward. Guys, 3 economic cycles, 3 economic events have continually rose over the last 100 years. You want to know what those are? Inflation, real estate prices, and the stock market has continued to rise over the last 100 years. Guys, when you learn about money and you learn about economics, you understand this. Guys, over the last 10 years, the S&P 500 is up almost 15%. And over this last 10 years, you want to know what we've had to deal with over the last 10 years? COVID. Stock market crashed almost 40 damn percent. Russia invading Ukraine. Liberation Day. Tariffs war on Trump's first term and second term. Interest rates being rose in 2022 to combat inflation. And then inflation was another issue. We had the Afghanistan war. We had the banks collapsing in Silicon Valley. Guys, we've had all these things happening, and the stock market has continued to march forward. Continue to march forward. Guys, as I said in my video yesterday evening, I don't worry about money anymore. I don't worry about money anymore because I know I have multiple investment accounts making money for me every single day. So basically, I spend my time just looking for ways to help people that I love. Because let's be honest, becoming wealthy is not going to happen for everybody. Everybody just don't have the mental fortitude and the patience to build wealth. But I know when I help somebody financially, I know I have money being made every single day in multiple accounts. So I'm not worried about it. I know my money is making money. Nothing rattles me in the stock market, guys. Nothing. Nothing rattles me. I am a long-term investor. I'm in it for the endurance. And I've been a successful long-term investor since 2009. Nothing rattles me. If I wake up in the morning and we still got big companies, big banks, big companies are not folding, I have no worries because those companies are going to continue to march forward. So guys, again, but this is the reason why most individuals will never build wealth, because they don't have the patience to stay in the stock market, and they get rattled by every little thing, every little market drop. So guys, hope you enjoyed this video. Remember to like the video, share the video, and most important, please consider subscribing to my YouTube channel, Frank Talks Money. And with that, guys, you guys have a great day. This is Frank. I'm out of here.